Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. If you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play. Get free entries just for signing up, so go ahead and hop in there, get some nice wins, and yeah, we'll hop in it. Very busy slate today. 15 matchups as we close this weekend out, starting with the New York Yankees versus the Baltimore Orioles. Yankees opening up as road favorites at minus 180. Baltimore plus 160 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 0. He won his last start, pitched 4 innings, gave up no runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Orioles is Bruce Zimmerman with an ERA of 0. He did win his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up no runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Yeah, Yankees looked good yesterday, winning that matchup 5-2 against Baltimore. Baltimore last 3 games they've only scored 2 runs in their last 3 games each. So yeah, not getting too many runs here for Baltimore. Yankees 8-4 on the road. I like Yankees off a bounce back. Cortez looked good in his last start here. I'm gonna roll with the Yankees on the road. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Minnesota plus 100 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Twins is Bailey Ober with an ERA of 7.20. His last matchup, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Michael Wacha. He lost his last matchup, pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Minnesota coming off a 4-0 loss against Boston. Yeah, Boston looked pretty good yesterday. Was able to shut Minnesota out. They're 6-12 against Boston. The unders hit in 5 out of the last 7 games for Boston. Yeah, I like Boston here. Coming off a nice win yesterday. Michael Watch on the mound. Pretty good in his last debut. Ober gave up a lot of runs in his last start. Didn't look all that good. I'm going to take the Red Sox at home. Next matchup, we have the Washington Nationals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites at minus 105. Washington minus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. It's looking like it's a pick'em scenario. I've seen some line movement already. Pitching for the Nationals is Patrick Corbin with an ERA of 10.80. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Pirates is Jose Quintana. He pitched 5 innings in his last start, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Pittsburgh winning yesterday's matchup 6-4. Looked pretty decent yesterday. So far, they're 2-1 in this little series they're in. Washington 2-4 on the road against Pittsburgh. I like Pitt here. Quintana looked pretty good in his last start. Patrick Corbin had a rough first outing. Giving up 6 runs is about as bad as it gets for your debut. I'm going to take the Pirates at home. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 250. Oakland plus 210 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Oakland is Adam Oller with an ERA of 33.75. His last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 5 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Alek Manoah. Won his last matchup, pitched 6 innings, gave up no runs, had 7 strikeouts. Yeah, Toronto losing yesterday's matchup 7-5. It's just one of those games. That's how baseball is. These big underdogs usually steal a game in the series. It happens all the time. They're 1-7 on the road against Toronto, where they've struggled. Toronto 6-2 at home. I like Toronto here. Manoah looked really good in his debut, and Adam Oller, man, I mean, he looked really bad at his start. Gave up a lot of runs. I'm gonna take the Blue Jays at home. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the New York Mets. The Mets opening up as home favorites at -182. Arizona +167 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Arizona is Humberto Castellanos with an ERA of 6.00. He pitched 5 innings in his last start, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. And that was last season. Both these pitchers have not pitched yet this season. Peterson, his last start last season, pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. He was okay last season. Yeah, I like the Mets here. I know they came off. Arizona did steal a win yesterday, 3-2. Gonna be tough to do it again. They're 1-11 on the road against the Mets. I like the Mets here. I think they bounce back after yesterday's kind of poor performance against Arizona. I like the Mets at home. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Miami Marlins. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -150. Miami +130 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 1.93. His last matchup, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Eliezer Hernandez with an ERA of 7.71. His last matchup, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, Phillies finally came to life yesterday, winning that matchup 10-3. They're 1-4 in their last 5. They've definitely been struggling. Phillies, they're 2-8 on the road. They do struggle on the road here. I like the Phillies, though. I think they got some good momentum. Looked good yesterday. I think they carry that into this game. I like Zach Wheeler on the mound. He was really good last start. And then Hernandez didn't look all that great in his debut. I'm going to take the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we have the San Francisco Giants versus the Cleveland Guardians. Giants opening up as road favorites at -125. The Guardians +105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Wood with an ERA of 4.15. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Guardians is Aaron Savale with an ERA of 5.40. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Giants on a 4-game winning streak, beating the Guardians 4-2 and 4-1 in both those matchups. Giants 10-1 against Cleveland, where they've been pretty dominant. 14-2 on the road. I mean, it's a good Giants team. I'm taking the Giants on the road. They looked good in this Guardian series. Alex Wood's been all right for the Giants here, but haven't seen enough for the Guardians. They've struggled in this series. They've only combined for 3 total runs so far in 2 games. I'm going to take the Giants on the road. Next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers versus the Kansas City Royals. The Royals opening up as home favorites at -120. Detroit +100 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Tigers is Tyler Alexander with an ERA of 5.06. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Carlos Hernandez with an ERA of 8.31. He pitched 4 innings in his last matchup, gave up 4 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Yeah, Detroit losing yesterday 3-1. I thought that was their best chance at winning, honestly. Kansas City did look okay yesterday. It's been a very low scoring series. If you bet the under in this series, you've pretty much cashed out. I mean, both teams struggling to score. Kind of an ugly matchup. I think the under is a good play as well. Again, under 8. I mean, the under's hit every single game so far, so I think the under is a good play. And if I were to take a bet again, I'm gonna take Detroit plus 1.5 here. Not in love with it. Hernandez hasn't been that good on the mound here. I'll take Detroit plus 1.5, and then the under 8 is a very intriguing play as well. Next matchup, we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 130. The Cardinals plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Cardinals is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 6.75. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Brewers is Aaron Ashby with an ERA of 1.80. He pitched 5 innings in his last start, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. St. Louis winning the last 2 matchups against Milwaukee as underdogs, winning 2-1, then 10-1. Brewers, losing the last 2 games here. St. Louis 6-1 on the road, 8-2 against Milwaukee. Milwaukee 1-6 at home against St. Louis. I'm riding St. Louis, man. I mean, they've been underdogs like every game this series, which is insane to me. I know Hudson hasn't been that great, but still really good value for St. Louis. Milwaukee, they really do struggle to score. They've only scored 2 runs total in their last 2 games. This Brewers team is just not a hitting team. They really aren't, and it's been proven. Getting St. Louis plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Chicago White Sox. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Rays is J.P. Fierson. Getting his first start here, so no real stats to go off for him. Pitching for the White Sox is Vince Velasquez with an ERA of 2.25. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Tampa on a 4-game losing streak. I mean, they've lost 3-2 in the last 2 matchups to Chicago. Tampa 0-5 on the road. I got to roll with the White Sox here. Won the last 2 matchups. Vince Velasquez been pretty good on the mound. We don't know what to think of Fierson for Tampa Bay getting his first start. I'm taking the White Sox at home here. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Texas Rangers. Angels opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Texas plus 100 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Angels is Jose Suarez with an ERA of 4.15. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 6.75. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Yeah, LA's looked pretty good the last 2 games. They beat Texas 7-2 and 9-6. Rangers 1-4 in their last 5. I like the Angels here to go for 3-0. 3 in a row here. Perez didn't look that good in his debut for the Rangers. I like the Angels on a 2-game win streak against the Rangers. Rolling with the Angels on the road. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the Colorado Rockies. Colorado opening up as a home favorite at minus 130. Chicago plus 110 with the over-under at 11. Pitching for the Cubs is Drew Smyly with an ERA of 0. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up no runs, had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Rockies is Austin Gomber with an ERA of 5.79. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Cubs lost the last 2 matchups, 9-6, 6-5. Colorado, I mean, they're 6-1 in their last 7. They're playing good baseball here. Cubs 3-6 on the road where they've struggled a bit. Colorado 6-3 at home against the Cubs. Man, do we roll with the Rockies? Can we trust them for 3 in a row against the Cubs? Cubs last 2 games as the underdog. They did cover once on the run line, but they didn't cover last game. Drew Smyly did look good in his last start. I'm taking the Cubs here. Plus 1.5 on the road. I think they can cover today. Gomber didn't look that great. Definitely susceptible to giving up some runs here. And I just don't think the Cubs are going to let the Rockies get 3 in a row on them here. Give me Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -200. Cincinnati plus 165 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Reds is Tyler Mahle with an ERA of 1.00. His last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Dodgers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 0. His last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up no runs and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, the Reds on a 5-game losing streak. On a 3-game losing streak against the Dodgers. They just haven't gotten it going against LA here. LA on a 5-game winning streak where they've looked really good. I simply just don't trust the Reds. They've struggled big time against the Dodgers here. I'm rolling with the Dodgers at home. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners. Houston opening up as road favorites at -120. Seattle plus 100 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Astros is Jose Urquidy with an ERA of 1.80. His last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mariners as Matt Brash with an ERA of 3.38. His last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, Houston looked good yesterday, winning that matchup 4-0. Both teams have split a win here. I kind of lean with Houston here on the road. Looked good yesterday. Urquidy's been pretty good on the mound. Looked good in his last start here. I'm going to take Houston on the road. And then the last matchup, we have the Atlanta Braves versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -125. Atlanta plus 115 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Braves is Bryce Elder with an ERA of 4.76. Pitching for the Padres is Yu Darvish with an ERA of 10.57. The last start for Elder, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Darvish, I mean, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 9 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. I mean, that's crazy that he gave up 9 runs. But his first start against Arizona, he pitched 6 innings, gave up no runs, had 3 strikeouts. Atlanta won the last 2 against the Padres, 5-2 in both matchups. 8-1 on the road against San Diego. Give me the Braves plus 1.5 on the road. They've won the last 2. Yu Darvish coming off a 9-run game. Yu Darvish, man, I just think he's kind of fallen off. He just has some great games, and then he has games where he just gives up tons of runs here. I just don't know if I trust him in this matchup here with the way that the Braves have looked. I'm going to take the Braves plus 1.5 on the road. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.